Hello, goblins. As you might have noticed, I'm running slightly late today. So let me just finish setting up my chats and my software. I can tell I haven't spoken much today. The voice feels like it just woke up, even though it's lunchtime. Game seems fine, though I don't have any game volume. And I'm also in town. So let me run out of town and turn on the game volume. And then we'll have a brief chat. Oh, it's just the music that's off. All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I want compensation for the tardiness. Here, this is for you.
Good day to you, partner.
Purk, 1000 gold. Feel free to collect it at your convenience outside of the Pandemonium Fortress. Thank you, Amano, for becoming a member. Thank you for the support. You're gonna try Ubers with this character? No. Today we farm for Titans. Happy Friday, Mr. Zarfen, and all goblins everywhere. Thank you, Elvis. And also, yeah, happy Friday to everyone. Yes, I should have had some tea, but I only have Pepsi. But it's not that it's not that my throat is in pain. I just haven't spoken today before this. Ooh. That's a problem. Okay, actually I was not prepared for this. Well, that seems actually surprisingly good. I meant to talk a little bit about the challenge, but then I immediately ran into poison immune enemies. Which is a problem, and I'll explain exactly why if you haven't seen the first parts of this. We'll do a little character overview. Alright, so here's the thing. I am outside of town, and I'm not allowed to be in town, unless absolutely unavoidable. We are currently in Nightmare Act 4, so we've already been playing this for quite a while. And also, thank you so much, Scranson, for the bits. 1000, you say? Oh, I should have dropped all my gold. I'm just kidding. Thank you for the support. Thank you, thank you. The rules are that we are not allowed to be in town or use town services or talk to NPCs unless absolutely necessary. For example, to go from Act 1 to Act 2, we need to speak to Wariv, because otherwise the challenge ends in Act 1 of normal. So that's allowed, but nothing else. No side quests, no free healing when we're in town anyway, no using the stash. We are living off the land, which is why my inventory looks like an abomination. And we are playing the Amazon. Called Hobo. We're using cracked maiden javelins. Dusk deep. Super solid. The Spirit Shroud. I forgot we found this last stream. +1 to all skills. Free healing. And free healing is very important when you can't buy potions. And some other good stats. Gloves with 30 lightning resist. Gloves with 4 to all resistances. A belt with 2 life. But more importantly, slots. Potion slots. Fire resist ring. Magic find amulet. I regret to inform you that that is our only bit of magic find currently. Which doesn't feel great, but it is something. I think I replaced... Oh wow, that's a nice amulet. I think I replaced the 10 magic find ring with this last time, and now I regret it, seeing this low number. But that is a really nice amulet. Look at those resistances, wow. But I need some I want slash need some magic find. We're using a gemmed Grim Shield with a perfect diamond for 19 Allres. And then Hotspurs. And these are... Oh, they're already breaking again, but we have repaired these in the cube ones. And then some resistance charms. Some runes. Speculative runes for the future. And, oh, let's not forget, Kelpie Snare. Super cool item. Very fun and drop. Also playing on Amazon today and searching for that griffins. Good luck. That sounded sarcastic, it wasn't. I wish you the best of luck in finding griffins. So the plan for today is to make it through Act 4. Also probably go and visit the Countess again. Hoping for some runes. And currently we only have 56 javelins. Those are not poison immune, nice. And my build right now is 1 in Impale, and that's only to have a attack with Kelpie Snare that always hits. And then we are a Poison Javelin. Plague Javelin Amazon. With some passive and magic skills. And some remains from early build decisions, Magic Arrow. And now it would be very nice to have lightning skills, but... So far, Plague Javelin has been great. As you can see, the damage is perfectly fine. Might even say it's very good. When fighting enemies that are not immune, of course. But this is, I believe, the first time we are encountering normal enemies, like non-elites, that are fully immune to poison. I don't think we have encountered that before. And that, of course, creates a few problems. We could skip them. I read some chat message about just skipping them, and we could do that. The problem is that I'm not very fast, right? I'm not moving that quickly. I guess I can lure them with summon and run. If town is not allowed, why do you have mercenary? Well, this is my Valkyrie. She might be kind of like the Act 2 mercenary. In Emilio's absence, we have Emilia, but this is not a mercenary. It's my Amazon summon spell. But you're right, we can't have a mercenary because you are never required to speak to mercenaries. There are ways to get a free mercenary from quests, but they all require you to actually speak to someone to get the quest reward, which is of course impossible. And it's been a few days now since we played this character, and I don't remember what the plan was. Like, what kind of stuff are we even picking up? I know that we're saving runes for some rune words, but that's about it. And of course I know what the goal is. The goal is to make it through the game. Ooh, that's a lot of... Venom Lords. But you know, this is fine, but eventually we're gonna have to take down the Infector of Souls. So I guess we have to bring out the Kelpie Stick. Well, we'll figure that out. We'll cross that bridge when we find it. Wow, look how close we were to the entrance, but I went the wrong way. Something a little cheeky we can do is kill Isuel. We did this in normal too, because when you go to Act 5 later, you need to speak to Isuel to be allowed to move on. So then I will actually get some free skill points, like the only side quest reward I can get as far as I know, for simply speaking to Tyrael. Gonna burn a rune for repair on spurs. I think so. We've already burned one rune. And we do have another Ort, or is it Rel for armor? I keep forgetting. There's Ort. I think Ort is for armors and Rels are for weapons, or it's the other way around. We do have Rel and Ort, and the Ort rune is fine to use in my opinion. But the Rel rune, we would really like to use for a insight bow we talked about several times. Might be a little bit of a pipe dream, because we also don't have the four-socketed bow, and that, you know, there's no guarantees of ever getting that. Let's see, how much damage have we done? Well, about half. Not too bad, I have to say. So let's take Isuel down. And try to ignore the rest. I'm sure we're gonna have to deal with plenty of immune enemies eventually, so I don't mind skipping a few right now. Though actually... Well, he's almost dead, so I'm gonna finish Isuel. But I kind of neglected how few javelins I have right now.
Good day to you, partner.
Oh, wow. He killed a bunch of enemies for free for us. That's pretty nice. Thank you, Bloody Hunter, for 4 months in a row. Hello, thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. Level 50. I think we want a fully synergized Plague Javelin before we start going for a backup attack. I think, though I'm not sure, because we are... Now the problems are like happening. Like the immunity problems are starting. Oh, did I speak to Isuel? Whoops.
Goodbye.
That never happened. You need to hit... You need something to hit. Yeah. Have you ever played on a controller? Having lots of skills to cast without swapping is nice. I have played on the Switch. And I think the controls work perfectly fine. By the way, you can also... There is an option for quick cast skills. And if you click this, you can cast spell, like you can bind your keys so that you cast spells instead of just putting them on your right click. I don't use that because I've been using it. I've been playing this way for so many years that I don't want to change, because change is scary. But you do have the option if you prefer it that way. I forgot what else I was talking about. You plan to use a bow? I would like to have a bow, because bows are long range. Oh wow, Anonymous gifting 50 subs. Holy crap. Wow, thank you so much for the support, anonymous gifter. This is the second time it's happened. I wonder if it's the same person, and I'll never know who it is. Wow, thank you so much. That is very generous of you. Merry Christmas or what have you. Thank you so much for the support.
I can't carry anymore.
Wow. Now I really don't know what I was talking about. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you, thank you. Very kind. Right. Bow. A bow would be great, because I could go for Lightning Fury or Charged Strike, but then I'm using the same weapon type, so which I guess in some ways could be beneficial, because then I only care about javelins. But it could also be nice to have a bow, or actually then I can't use Kelpie Snare. The thing is, I haven't found a good bow. And if you want to use one of the elemental arrows, you need to invest a lot of skill points for it to be good. So I was thinking that Strafe could be a good backup skill, or even Magic Arrow, but then you need a decent bow. Yeah, it's tough. I don't really know what to do. How to confuse a Zarfen. Yeah, for just 50 gift subs, I don't even know how much money that is. That's hundreds of dollars. Like 250, 300 something. For only that amount you can confuse Zarfen. Though there are cheaper ways to confuse me for sure. I didn't know about quick cast, thanks. Yeah, no problem. People have been... This is what I wanted to do. People have been telling me about it, and I appreciate the fact that it exists, but I'm not looking to change how I play. Monarch plus 4 lightning fastest plus Griffins plus Thunderstroke. You have to go for aspirational builds. Aim for the moon or whatever. I'm a little bit worried about the javelin situation, but hopefully, I mean, javelins aren't that rare, and something we've been doing a lot in this run is using the cube and use a spear and a stack of arrows to craft javelins. Of course, they're not gonna be beautiful maiden javelins with +2 to javelin skills like a staff mod or auto mod, but still helpful. Well, I say helpful. They are required, because if I don't have a javelin, I can't attack currently. Except poking with my Kelpie Snare. Quick cast feels wrong in Diablo 2, even after having played other ARPGs that work that way. Absolutely. I completely agree, Kieran, because I too play other games differently, and then it's completely fine. But like, I've been playing Diablo 2 this way for so many years that I don't want to play it like another way. Ooh, yellow amulet. I haven't seen a rare amulet in a long time. I can't even remember. Maybe this might even be the first rare amulet. Though I would be surprised. Alright. Ooh, 2 to a skill tree, but it's for the assassin. 26 life, 15 poison res. Shame. So are we hoping for a replenish quantity weapon? Yes, that would be amazing.
I can't carry anymore.
But they replenish themselves quite slowly. But even then, it would be great, because then you can use them until there's like one left and then swap to another weapon. And then have like a slow build-up of reserve javelins over time. Oh, arrows, perfect. So now we need to find a spear in 19 attacks. I guess we can always go to lower cost. Oh, perfect. I hit each, like every last one of them with one cost. Ball or doll. Good, but not exactly what we're looking for. But we did find that spear. So any spear and a stack of arrows creates a stack of javelins. I really wished it would have been a shale rune. The runes I'm looking for are shale or rel, tear, tal, sol. So a tear rune would be good too. A tear or a shale. So actually an ith rune is pretty useless. We can throw that one away. Ort runes are never useless. Hail runes are probably not useful, but it is a decently high rune for where we are, so I'm not sure. We probably don't need a second Thal rune, and we probably don't need a Doll rune. Don't you need Malice? Malice could be a good backup weapon too, absolutely. Yeah, it's a real shame that no matter what spear you put in the cube and what's like, it always creates normal javelins. In normal Act 3, we even put a unique spear in the cube with a stack of arrows and created white normal javelins. Well, it's not that bad for this character, because I only care about, you know, the ammunition. All the damage comes from this skill anyway. Like, look at that. 7.3 to 7.4k poison damage over 7 seconds. So I actually don't care about throw damage. Well, actually, if it was higher, like if the one-handed damage was good, we could actually use a javelin itself as a backup weapon. So unfortunately, we did not get what we were looking for. Still have the Hellforge, which could get us a shale. Why you need the jewel? I'm just hoping to craft something good at some point. The problem is that I'm reserving 3 spaces right now to make insight in a bow, but I don't have a 4-socketed bow, and that could take a really long time. I don't have a shale rune, and I'm using 6 plus 2, so 8 spaces for a future peace rune word. No town means no making a new game, yes. Yeah, we decided, I let chat vote on the first stream that repeating areas should be allowed, but to me it felt very weird to like grind an area, like save and exit the game over and over. So how it has ended up playing out is that I have allowed myself to like go repeat areas that we have completed before, but like once per stream. So now I could go back to the countess and do her again without leaving the game. Because I had to make a new game anyway, because it's a new day. So that's how I've been doing it. By the way, new video was really nice to watch. Great job. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Endless lol. Resistances aren't that important, since I'm a ranged character, in theory, but I mean, I do get hit. And I wish I could say I get hit sometimes, but I get hit kind of often. A lot of the damage I take comes from the fact that I try to herd enemies so that I hit the maximum amount of enemies in one plague javelin. Ooh, another Thal rune. So 3 Thal runes could be cubed to a... But I need one of the Thal runes. The Doll rune I'm pretty sure I don't need. Well, it does have life replenishment actually. But I think I'm gonna leave it. Actually, I'm gonna leave the Hail rune. I don't think I'll ever use that. This is a hoarder's worst nightmare. It is dreadful to play. I don't realize how much stuff I pick up and just put in the stash. Well, I do realize. I mean, like a lot of my streamed challenges end up claiming some of the shared stash tabs for the challenge because I can't, you know, stop myself from hoarding. And the worst part is that, like, it's so hard to decide what's worthwhile and not. Like, should I really carry around speculative Realtal Sol for a maybe future insight? I mean, it could happen that we never find a four-socketed bow. Right? Or we might never find a shale. Though I trust that we will find a shale at some point. It's not that rare. Now we used our last Maiden Javelin. I could theoretically have... I could in theory have put... or like repaired them. But... It feels weird, because, I mean, the quantity runs out pretty quickly anyway. Though +2 to javelin skills is probably the best we could have hoped for from a set of javelins.
Not enough mana.
A flawed ruby dropped. You already have 2 of them. But this is a flawed ruby. These are flawless, so they are not quite the same. Actually gonna do a short detour and go pick up a stack of arrows that I remember leaving behind. And if you were wondering what kind of run is this, Zarfen? Well, it is exactly this. It's the run where you backtrack for a stack of arrows. So actually, compared to how I thought this would play out, so far, our character is stronger than I thought she would be. But I am struggling with, like, resupplying a little bit more than I thought I would. I guess that's because I went into the row javelin skill. Like, if I had been an boason primarily from the start, like, a stack of 500 arrows goes a long way compared to, like, 75 or whatever this started on. Ooh, Spiculum. That is a... javelin, but I think it's the javelin that has an abysmal quantity. Yeah, 13 out of 30, no thank you. Even though it's superior. There's a hail rune on the ground there. I know you can't carry it, just wanna poke the loot goblin OCD. A hail rune is a weird rune to me, because it is actually not that great in my opinion. Like, the use cases for a hail rune is not that many. I'm trying to save some javelins, but it's already down to 14 durability. And I lost a bunch of life. What I meant to say is that... Well, actually, I forgot what I was saying. Man, he does not want to get poisoned. And my boots are breaking. And I'm down to repair the boots again, for sure. But also, I don't want to do it until they break to, you know, squeeze every last bit out of the durability. But good news is that I think I've come around to the fact that Kelpie Snare is not gonna be where it's at. I mean, it's so good against bosses. But I think it takes up my entire secondary slot. It's running out of durability, and the later we get into the game, like, I need to run up to a monster and poke them. And doing that in hell against bosses seems scary. Ports plus Sol in Helm. Yeah, lore. That is a great rune word. The thing is, though, that our current Helm is also very good. Resistances, damage reduction. Well, I would prefer a lore to this, but... And we do have the runes for a lore, I guess. But then we will not have the soul rune for an insight. Oh, that was some gameplay. Running into the projectile. We really don't need to be fighting every monster. It's just that I don't want to get trapped and surrounded, but we could... If I had better mobility, I would probably try and rush through and skip some monsters here in favor of maybe doing some extra grinding in Act 5. Because monsters here are kind of tough. I guess it's fine. Man, and now I really screwed myself. Luckily, full rejuve for the win. So I basically exactly the reason why I didn't try to skip enemies so far, because it can be a recipe for disaster.
I can't carry anymore.
I think that the thing is that I'm not aggressive enough when it comes to, you know, running past enemies. I try to run past monsters. But then I see like a scary pack, and then I get like second guess myself and back off instead of keep running forward. And I think that's really when you get surrounded. Would you say that a socketed helm is alluring? Then it is.
I need mana.
Well, it depends on what we get from the Hellforge. I think I need to get rid of this habit that I have, that I always play for the long game. So what I mean is, like, we're saving runes to make insight in a good four-socketed bow, and we're saving to make peace. But, you know, that could, you know, not happen for a long time, if ever. And like, I could use a soul a ruby and a jewel to craft a blood ring right now, and that would give me an immediate benefit. Not as good as a insight bow, but it would give me a benefit right now, and it would free up 3 inventory spaces. Streamer luck will prevail. Trust in the streamer luck. How are we doing on keys? Oh, I need some more keys. Yoink. Might be good to level up first before crafting. True, but then, you know, you could keep saying that for a long time, like, well, just a few more levels to craft. Just another level. But yeah, right now I am very close to a level up. Though I am level 50, so I'm not sure if it's gonna actually increase going from 50 to 51. Because I believe the formula rounds down, so crafting at level 50 and level 51 could be the same. I'm not sure. I think the game rounds down when it encounters odd numbers. So like 51 divided by 2 is of course 25.5, and I think then the game rounds it down to 25.
Not enough mana.
More arrows. Ooh, a critical miss. Down to 34 javelins again. Have you ever tried PD2? That is Project Diablo 2. Yes, I get asked about it quite often actually, and I did try it years ago. But I haven't been playing it in a long time, and I know they have reset the ladder or whatever recently, so I know some creators are all in on Project Diablo 2 right now. But it's hard for me to go back to the old graphics, man. It is very hard to go back to the old graphics. I wonder where the Hellforge is. It must be very early in the place. Crafting don't care about the base item. It does actually. It takes 50% from your character level and 50% from the input item, and divides them both by 2 and adds them together. That's your new item level. So I should also ideally find a ring from a really high level area if I want to craft a ring. But I think this one's fine. It was from Act 4 somewhere. War Dart.
Not enough mana.
I like the Valkyrie, but she's pretty mana expensive. Though he's mana burn, and oops, I meant to summon a Valkyrie.
I need mana.
So this fight was mana expensive,
I am
and we might actually have to go. We might actually have to go to like Lower Karast and farm for supplies anyway. What rune? Ooh, the shale rune! Let's go! Let's go. I just need to go and pick up my javelins that I left all the way over here, which, you know, that almost killed me because I got surrounded. But man, perfect drop. The streamer luck did pull through in the end. Not that it's a very rare rune or anything, but it was exactly what I wanted. And that should give us a much, much stronger Valkyrie tank. Ooh, perfect topaz. Well, cover your ears, children, but I think a perfect topaz might be useless. I think I might throw it on the ground. Because it's gonna be so unlikely to find a situation where I have a helm or a body armor that is so good that I and has a socket. Can you turn on the globe numbers? Whoops, absolutely. Like, I would love to put a perfect diamond in or perfect topaz into the spirit shroud, but of course I can't socket the spirit shroud without Larsuk. So the only instance would be a really, really good rare with like Amazon skills, all res and a socket. Two flawless skulls too. I guess we could use it for re-rolling something, like this small charm. Just need a Stone of Jordan to socket it. Or that. Actually, let's make the armor right away. Breastplate. Actually, this feels like extremely high stakes, so I need to look the rune word up. I believe it's Shale Amn Thal. Shale Thal Amn. Shale Thal Amn. Shale Thal Amn. Shale Thal Amn. Beautiful. 2 to Amazon skill levels. Great. Cold resistance, useful, but it's all about the 2% chance to cast level 15 Valkyrie. Like, the difference between a level 3 Valkyrie and a level 15 Valkyrie is so big. Yo, your last video was great. Cool to catch you live. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm very happy with the response for the latest video. Isn't this a challenge about accepting immediate fine upgrades rather than saving for great upgrades? Craft the ring. I do think so, but you know, what if? Thanks for the last video, so good. Oh, thank you, thank you. It is nothing short of a dream to have so many people show up for your Diablo 2 videos. It is great. You need a second one for Rhyme. Rhyme would be so good. All resistances cannot be frozen. Now that I'm not using Spirit Shroud anymore, cannot be frozen is good again. And Magic Find. I haven't ever played Diablo 2, but you've gotten me interested in the game. Obviously played other ARPGs. Oh, nice. Well, you're very welcome here. It is a very fun game. It is a little bit dated in terms of like game mechanics and UI. It takes a little while getting used to. Your character can feel a little bit sluggish coming from other games, but it's an amazing game. Okay, chat, I think you might be right. I think it's... I mean, I need to wait for a T rune and a 4-socketed bow. But this ring could give me a benefit right away. Oh, that's Frank. Well, I should read the comment. Maybe a good idea to get a bow to proc Valk. Now you're cooking, because yeah, procking the Valkyrie with javelins is gonna take a long time. So actually, let me do something real quick. There was a rare bow all the way back here somewhere, a long bow. Coming from Diablo 2 to D3 or D4 feels like Diablo Arcade. I agree, and I actually think that's a good thing. Like Diablo 3 and Diablo 4, or actually I haven't played Diablo 4 much at all, so I'm not gonna speak to that, but Diablo 3, for me, is exactly what you say. It's like an action game, right? It's like Diablo Arcade, and I think that's great, actually. I think it's very fun to play Diablo 3 every now and then, like a action game with ARPG mechanics on top. Now, back to the game. 158 ED. And upgrading a rare from a normal to an exceptional. Oh, actually, hold on. Here is the Diablo 2 cheat sheet by Michael Angel 007. Fantastic resource that I don't use enough. But let's show it off on stream now, because it is amazing. Upping rares. Ort Amn Perfect Sapphire, okay. Unfortunate, because the Am rune was just spent and we threw away all our sapphires. So that's probably not gonna end up coming into play, unfortunately. Real Sol Emerald, that would have been easier to upgrade. Too bad. So it doesn't look like we'll be able to upgrade this bow. But I can use it to trigger the Valkyrie, probably. So I'm actually gonna leave the Spirit Shroud, and this is crazy, because Spirit Shroud is a great armor, but this is the type of armor that I could see myself using a rune to repair. It still has 43 durability, so it's gonna last for a long time. So I simply think that the Spirit Shroud isn't gonna be useful enough, even if this breaks, that I want to carry that other thing around with me. Can we get a link for the cheat sheet by any chance? Absolutely. Let me just grab it real quick. Hello, where did you go? Oh, here it is. Whoops. I guess I'll post it in Twitch chat as well, even though it was asked for in YouTube chat. Yeah, I do allow myself to kill Isuel and then grab the skills from Tyrael, because Tyrael is required to speak to. It is definitely a gray zone, but I think it's fine. Keep Kelpie for bosses. I am doing that right now, even though I'm not sure if it's really prudent, or actually it's probably prudent, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. %60% chance to hit, not too bad. But I could probably find a weaker enemy, like a fallen, because skeletons are kind of easy to miss, I think. Actually, I can use my old Valkyrie while waiting for the new one. 63% chance to hit. And 2% chance to summon her. And of course, they can also block, actually. So, but let's disregard the fact that they can block. That should mean I have... But we're looking at like 85 attacks on average to summon a Valkyrie. And then, of course, it's even worse when attacking enemies that can block, but we got lucky this time. And I mean, look, she's even killing monsters. So, like, right now, the Valkyrie is our backup solution for poison immune enemies. So, that Shale Rune, mwah, perfect find. Yes, I do always dual stream to YouTube and Twitch, so that you can watch on your preferred platform. So only 15 javelins. So this is gonna be a summoner stream right now. Hobo Valkyrie challenge, yeah, exactly. And just in case you didn't know, the Valkyrie is assigned random gear when she's summoned, and the gear is different depending on her level. So for example, I think at level 17 is like, I think level 17 is like a key level, like a milestone, because then I believe she gets a rare war pike. I might not, that might not be correct, but the sentiment is there that the higher the level, the better gear she will roll. Or, sorry, higher tier and rarer gear. Of course, you can get a rare war pike with absolutely trash stats. So, you know, one level 15 Valkyrie is not like the other. There could be a big difference between the two. But there's more than meets the eye. Like, if you look at this, it's like, oh, she has life, she has attack rating, she has damage, but she also has gear. And of course, in typical Diablo 2 fashion, there is no way to actually see her gear. Of course, that would be too much fun to know what your Valkyrie had. But it is happening in the background. So much hidden information in this game. Absolutely. Level 17, she gets the best pike she can get. Oh, it doesn't get better after that, alright. Well, in that sense, it's a real shame that this is capped at level 15, because even with +2 skills, like +2 skills does not increase the level of chance to cost skills. But level 15, still very good. And she can tank decently all the way into hell. Of course, she falls apart against scary elites in hell. But she can definitely hold her own. This has gone from a Kelpie Snare appreciation stream to a piece, and more specifically a level 15 Valkyrie appreciation stream. How many Countess runs would it take to craft a Sod rune? Too many. That is actually one of those ideas that, you know, you hear it and you say, wow, that would be a great idea for a video. Like, it would be so extreme, right? But if you do the math, it's gonna take so long that you're probably looking at hundreds of hours, and then it's simply too much for a video, I think. Like, since you need to cube 3 runes to get the next tier, and then at, like, is it Lem or Pal, it goes down to 2 for the next tier, but still, with every level, like, it grows exponentially, because it's like 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, etc. So all the way up to Sud it's so many rooms. But it would be a great video moment to cube up to like 16 Baroons or whatever, and then cube them to cube them up to Sod. Right, actually it's Sod and then 2 Chams, 4 Ja. Oh, so only 8 Bear, but still, people would go nuts. What other character builds would be interesting for this challenge? I think that this is one of those challenges that I think is interesting with any character. Even if you run a player like a run-of-the-mill sorceress with spells and everything, I still think it's gonna be interesting because you can't buy mana potions.
I am
And
overburdened.
you have to be economical about your mana. And also you will be somewhat gear restricted. Actually, I think Paladin is probably the most boring because of Redemption, Prayer, and Meditation. I think he has access to 2 good healing. Every time she spawns wearing blue, it's Tyrael's Might that you never get. Yeah, that seems... that's like tracks for Diablo 2. And what a you know, getting blocked off by a pack of elite poison immune Venom Lords going into the Chaos Sanctuary. What a perfect time to have the Valkyrie. Though she's actually dropping low.
I can't.
And I don't have any arrows. Oops. Well, I guess I did kind of count my chickens before they hatched, so to speak. Actually, if they stop breathing fire on her, I think she can do it, but if they keep spamming, like multi-shot fire breathing will take her down. But she regens life pretty quickly. So as long as they, you know, not spam her too much with fire breath, I think she'll stay alive. I wonder if she has some gear with crazy health replenishment or what's going on. It doesn't look like she's leeching life. Alright. Got a little bit scary there for a moment, but now I trust in the Valkyrie. How do you have a hireling? This is actually not a hireling. This is a Valkyrie. And not a level 3 Valkyrie that I can summon myself, but a level 15 Valkyrie from the piece armor that we just made. Magic arrow spam. Ah, great call, Vision. I
can't
forgot
carry
about that.
anymore.
You can absolutely spam magic arrow even without arrows. Even if it's empty here, you can still use magic arrow. So in hindsight, I should have done that, but luckily it worked out for me, regardless. I think I'm gonna not overthink it. I'm just gonna max out Plague Javelin damage, and then we decide what to do next. Though, this isn't that much damage, right? Like 60 average, with a 43% chance to hit. So I'm not even sure it's worth the mana. Like when she hits like a truck like that. Like she 3-shots them, so if I get in there with a couple of attacks, it's probably not gonna make that much of a difference. A Valk only challenge possible. Well, it is absolutely possible in theory. But you know, this is Nightmare, and she's not like a superstar already. Well, she's a superstar, but only considering that she's a summon, right? But my personal problem with challenges like that is that I don't like having exceptions to my rules. Sometimes you might say that I bend the rules slightly, or like I interpret a rule differently from what a viewer might do. But I am very strict, like... So that, you know, point aside, the way I interpret my own rules, I am very strict to those. And for that reason, I don't like, for example, Valkyrie only. That challenge couldn't come alive until level 30, really. And then, like, how do I make the early game then? And personally, I'm not a big fan of just starting the challenges level 30. It's a similar problem with the Iron Golem only challenge that we talked about last time, though believe me, the Iron Golem only challenge has other problems, making me not consider it, not only the level. A mercenary would absolutely be allowed if I could get one without speaking to Grace. Well, I can't speak to NPCs in town unless strictly required, and there's never a strict requirement to speak to any of the mercenary NPCs.
I need mana.
In case you're wondering why I opened the town portal when I can't go to town, it's simply because the town portal scroll has no use to me anyway. But this way, if I die,
I am overburdened.
I can get back quicker. So, you know, it's a low confidence play, putting up a safety portal. Except Gid, that's a strict requirement. Yeah. What about one summon at a time challenge? Ooh, that's interesting, Kaitane. I haven't thought about that before. I've told this on stream before, once, I think, but I tried a challenge once where I wanted to see if I could beat the game with only a single summon skeleton, like a single skeleton warrior. And I gave up in the tombs of Act 2, because even though my single skeleton was very strong, thanks to a high-level skeleton mastery, it couldn't get past the mummies healing and resurrecting skeletons. And of course it was extremely slow and grindy, so I gave up on that challenge. But shifting that idea, but you know, only one summon at a time, that's a very interesting idea. I like it a lot. A single skeleton mage defeats Bale. I mean, that is certainly a problem. Act bosses deal quadruple bonus damage to summons, so even a max level summon will struggle against bosses, for sure.
Impossible.
Actually, I probably don't need to look at socketed armors anymore. Unless I find like a Dol Burist in hell. Because it's gonna take a lot for me to even consider replacing this. Let's save the Infector of Souls for last. Is this my time to ask about the melee sorceress again? I could play a melee sorceress for sure. But there's like... a challenge run takes so long to go from level 1 to hell that I have more ideas than I have, you know, time to play. But that is a fun, like, trying to make a melee sorceress build work from scratch. That seems like it could be fun. Like fun in the same way that this run is fun, right? Painful and grindy, but we're in it together, chat, you and me. Thank you, Cookie Eater, for the Prime. Thank you for the support, I appreciate it. Been watching Mr. Llama try a skeleton mage build in the last few nights. It's been very painful. I can imagine. I thought Mr. Llama was all in on PD2 right now. But I like skeleton mages. I think they are fun, they are cool, but they are very bad for sure. They are very underpowered. Alright, so my Valkyrie died. I believe she was cursed. But instead of going back to Act 1, I threw down my own much lower level Valkyrie. And I'm just gonna try to resummon her here instead. Because I would need to run all the way back to Waypoint, which is, you know, that's not the worst thing ever, but... Actually, is this a level 15 Valkyrie? Did I not notice that she summoned? Because she... Okay, now this doesn't look like a level 15 Valkyrie. He was into D4 Paladin for a few days. Oh yeah, I saw that. I have not been watching or looking at or playing Diablo 4 at all, but I did see that we were getting the Paladin. So that's pretty cool. People have been asking for that for a long time. Oh, you got the proc. Alright. Well, in that case, I think that my old Valkyrie had a better weapon, because it feels like she... Wow, that's a very high damage variance. Maybe she has one of those spears with like plus 60 max damage or something. Hello, Burger Boy. Yes, Nico, you need to look at magic belts and rings and gloves. Yeah, I kind of forgotten what I'm supposed to look at, but yeah, belts and gloves, absolutely. Gloves especially have a lot of potential, I think. But you know, I'm stingy with my tome of Identify. And before anyone asks how I got a tome of Identification if I can't speak to town NPCs, you can loot them from bookshelves in the barracks and in the jail. Actually, do I need rings? I kind of do. I kind of do. Actually, let's craft that blood ring. Let's not hope for... Because a four-socketed bow, and I would not be happy with a four-socketed longbow. I would be content, but not happy. So let's do a little crafting. Blood ring. Actually, let's use the rune we just found. Should be high level. Chaos Sanctuary. Soul rune, perfect ruby. Any jewel. Rare jewels are perfectly fine to craft with. Some people think you need magic jewels, but only the item itself needs to be magic. And this will give me lifesteal and life and strength. Which are good stats, but maybe not exactly what I need, right? But then you get some random stats on top. 26 cold dress, 19 life. This looks very good. Nice. I'm gonna replace that one. And then while we're at it, 15 replenish life. That's pretty cool, but... Zarfen, just want to say I love your videos. Streams are a little too early for me to join regularly, but I've been watching all the VODs as I play D2R or D4 in the evenings. Thanks for making such fun content and for being you. Oh, thank you, Cookie Eater. That's a very kind comment. I'm very happy that you enjoy the stuff I put on the internet. I find slow missiles to be a great skill. I am very open to that I might be undervaluing it. I don't like slow missiles. But I could absolutely be sleeping on it. Because it's nowadays it not only slows the ranged attacks, but they also reduce the damage. And the radius is pretty big. Yeah, maybe. Though similarly to how I don't use quick cast, it's gonna be hard to change my opinion on a skill that I've been trashing for a long time. Yeah, exactly, and I think the damage reduction is the big part, and it didn't always used to do that, I'm pretty sure. I think that is a D2R change. Or maybe I have neglected the skill so hard that I don't even know what it does. That could be a possibility too.
Not enough mana.
And the ring also had charges of dim vision, which is a pretty powerful curse, but it needs to be a little bit higher level, I think, to be useful. And also, I can never repair it unless I want to waste a rune and a gem. And, you know, the beauty about rings is that they don't have durability, so I don't want to spend my repair runes on rings or amulets if I can help it. Actually, a level 1 weaken could be good to help the Valkyrie tank. You can totally trash something and use it at the same time. It's called being a hypocrite. You should join the rest of us. The repair recipe doesn't work. Oh, if the item doesn't have durability, can you not use the recipe at all? That's interesting. I had no idea. Are there any changes made in D2R that you don't like and wish stayed the same from original Diablo 2? No, not personally. I know a lot of people are not fans of Mosaic. But since I play single player, if I don't like Mosaic, I can just not make it and, you know, not really care about it. But no, I like all the changes. I mean, I think some of the Helm rune words are crazy strong, but I mean, I still use them in the videos. Like, you know, Kior and Bulwark. But I don't think there's anything I would like to, like, revert back to the old style. Yes, they did do an awesome job remastering D2R. Yeah, I think this is one of the best remasters out there. Actually, there was a question that I forgot to answer. This wasn't it, but your videos are some of the best D2R content out there, and I watch a lot of D2R stuff. Thank you, the green marshmallow. But someone was talking about other Blizzard games. Now I can't find the comment, I'm sorry. But I think we got a very good remaster, considering like some of the other Blizzard remasters. But I think StarCraft 1 is also pretty liked, right? The StarCraft Brood War remaster. So I guess for that game they couldn't basically change anything other than how it looks, right? Because it has such a big competitive scene, right? Still from like in South Korea especially. So I guess they didn't really make much changes to that. You know, slow and steady progress. Let me actually turn on the game clock. I try to have that on for streams, but I'm not a big... I don't like having it on when I play off stream. Because I don't want to see... don't want you to see how slowly I play in the videos. Half kidding, but only half. but it could be good for stream. So what I wanted to say is that we've been playing for an hour 20,
I can't carry
and
anymore.
we are about to take on Diablo. So decent speed, like progress speed. How do you say it? Decent pace. Decent pace. Oh, actually, yeah, Paladin, I saw you said I relied on Merkbug too much. Okay, I do actually have one thing that I don't like that they changed from Diablo to D2R, and that is that they removed or fixed the bug with e-bugging armors. And if you don't know what e-bugging is, it's basically that if you took an ethereal armor and you socketed it in the cube, it got the ethereal bonus multiplier to the defense applied twice. So the absolutely best mercenary base for rune words were you had to find like a ethereal sacred armor and then roll it to get exactly 3 or 4 sockets or whatever you wanted to get the best of the best. And I think that was a nice little end game, like chase item addition that I really don't think they had to fix because it didn't break the game or anything. So that is actually one thing that I wish they didn't change. And now I got so excited that I raised my voice, and I can tell my voice is not completely back yet from being a bit sick last week. Oh, have you played... Someone found the content or the comment for me. Have you played any other Blizzard games like World of Warcraft or Warcraft 3? I think I said this before on stream, but World of Warcraft is kind of funny for me because when World of Warcraft came out, I was like 14 or 15, I don't remember. I was in like gymnasiet. I think it's like high school maybe. It doesn't translate directly. But anyway, even though I was a huge gamer at that point, I recognized that a game like World of Warcraft will consume my life. So I somehow took the very mature decision to not even try World of Warcraft. But Warcraft 3 I played a lot, especially the custom maps. I also played StarCraft 1, StarCraft Brood War. Or actually, I did probably not play much original StarCraft, but StarCraft Brood War, StarCraft 2 I played when it first came out. Like, before it had any expansions. I played some Hearthstone for like the first 2 or 3 expansions. So I played a lot of Blizzard games. They were definitely the best game maker for a while. And it's really a shame that I can't heal her. But with every enemy she takes down, it should be easier. And I'm supporting with Inner Sight to lower their defense, so I'm helping. The golden age of Blizzard, absolutely. Didn't we all, yeah. I'm still mad at Blizzard for what it did to WC3. Yeah, do you mean the remaster, you mean? Which was very bad. But actually, I watch Grubby a bit, mostly it's YouTube, and isn't the game, like Warcraft 3, in a pretty good state right now? Like, they had to redo a lot of the things, but as far as I can tell, it's in a pretty good state right now. Ooh, look, nice. Red shiny armor. That could mean, like, off the squid, like plus 100 life or something. Thank you, VRL, for the super chat. Lunch break over, good luck. Today's tip is for glögg since it's Christmas time. Thank you. I will make sure it goes to glögg. Mulled wine, I think the translation is. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I wonder how a run where you could only use ethereal items would go. I used to think that, like, I'm never gonna do an ethereal only run, but I watched Luther do an ethereal items only run, and that made ethereal items not seem as rare as I thought they were, or like how I usually find them to be. But I guess I don't pick up enough items. I only pick up like items, a certain type of items, because it still seems very bad but doable. So maybe. I believe regarding WC3 they also completely discontinued any version other than the remaster. Oh, alright, yeah, that's true. I heard that. That is very shitty of them. Are pots ethereal? Usually I usually make consumables an exception for my runs. In fact, I heavily rely on potions in most of my runs. How lucky that the Infector of Souls was the one to, like, lag behind. So she could take care of the minions. Bring back TCP IP support so you can manipulate packets and import items directly onto the realm. Lol. I watched some Cooley video about that. Why is your Valkyrie soloing the Chaos Sanctuary? Peace! I am the #1 peace rune word fan in Diablo 2 right now. A level 15 Valkyrie, she simply slaps. And of course the reason I wasn't helping out at all is because I only have poison damage and they were poison immune.
I can't carry anymore.
Right, what's our plan for Diablo? I guess I don't have much of a plan. Maybe I should try to poke him once with our spear. We did make it to use it after all. Run up and poke him once for the 75% slow. But here's the thing, like where I said that I'm not sure if this is a good strat long term. Well, now it worked out, but like I need to run up to enemies to hit them with the Kelpie Snare. And then I do, how do you say, expose myself to danger, whereas otherwise I could simply stay out here and dodge. I mean, it's very nice that he's so slow. Oops, no, I didn't. Oh, that's random. I did not want to resummon her because it felt like her current gear was very good. So like, I poked Diablo 2 times with Impale and that summoned her. It is what it is. I actually might not have enough javelins for the entire Diablo fight. I wonder if I have left some spears or javelins or something around there. Wow, he's slow. Look at his animation. We broke Diablo. And not in the way YouTube videos typically mean when they say they broke the game. Well, this is definitely an easy win. Look, we're already like down to 40%. Well, here's a glaive. This quickly turned into a Valkyrie only playthrough. Yeah, so for the person who asked before about the Valkyrie only playthrough, you got a taste of it for a while there. And you know, while it was extremely slow for her to take enemies down, it's not like we are strangers to grind the gameplay on this channel, right? So maybe it's not as bad as I would think. I think the problem is that you can't reliably get, or probably you can't get at all, open wounds or crushing blow, so hell is gonna be very, very tedious. Because at some point it's gonna be very difficult to keep scaling her. Oh, nice. What an easy fight.
I can't.
Milla Brega's orb, you say? Tempting me with that magic find. 20 is a higher number than 19. There's your MF shield. MF getting auto modded by Twitch. Taking her down with the Hobo stench. Oh, Thorns. Thorns Valk only is actually quite an easy run. I think you're using the word easy a bit loosely here, Paladin. But yeah, that would be great. We don't have the tier or am or a 3-socketed bow, but maybe edge is back on the menu. Like an edge bow. I think I will actually keep my current shield. It's not that good. We should be able to find a better one, right? I want to use this so badly. We're gonna try it. Hope to find enough good loot that it makes up for it, and then we can get a new resist shield later if we need to. Ooh, Razor Bow, that's exceptional. Good against undead, but not very good against anything else. But actually, it might be better to use as a Valkyrie trigger, because it attacks faster than the longbow. Now that I have Magic Find, a quick Andy or Meth run before the next act. Well... I'm backtracking to see if I left any spears laying around. But it seems like items after this point has despawned already. Thank you, Rados, sorry, for the Prime. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Oh yeah, that's true, Paladin. If you made a Valkyrie only run, you would actually max Valkyrie, so you could infinitely resummon her. That's actually true. That should help a lot with boss. That should help a lot with bosses. No one saw that, right? Autopilot went immediately for the free heal. Well, it's fine, because we just beat the difficulty anyway. Thank you for the countless hours of entertainment. Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm happy that you enjoy them. Nobody saw that. Saw what? Good, good. Who were you talking to at 33? My imaginary friend. Right, we're out of town again. Heating up by the pie, like the barrel with a fire in it. True Hobo style. I did actually get a free heal, so I'm not sure how hurt I was, but let's throw away one rejuve. 2 rejuves. Actually, that's such a cop-out. Let's throw away a real rejuve if I'm gonna do it. So we'll say that I didn't speak to Jamala. I drank this potion instead. So now we are in Act 5, but we do have a problem. We have only 19 javelins. But I do have my Valkyrie. And those are not poison immune yet, happy to see that. I believe all of the crows, or whatever they are called, are poison immune once you get to hell. Oh, and here we have a Warfork. Nice. So we didn't have that problem for too long. So enemies that poison you are quite annoying. So I should really make an effort to not get poisoned. But it's also hard because they are so fast. Holy smokes.
I can't carry anymore.
And now we come back to the question, is it worth upping the player setting for a while? I would like to, by the way, fully maxed out Plague Javelin. This is as good as it's ever gonna get. So now we really need to start thinking about where to go next with our build. But I could go for players 3 for a while. The problem is that I don't feel super strong. And I am relying on the Valkyrie a lot right now. So like she needs to stay alive. I guess I could summon a level 15 one, because this is a self-summoned one. A weak level 3 or whatever. Well, actually, maybe with a level 15 Valkyrie and Act 5 often being a little bit easier, at least at the start, maybe we can afford a player's 3. It is very surprising that I'm actually killing the enemies instead of summoning the Valkyrie. With this bow nonetheless, and those are not undead. Oh, he's piercing. Any day now. Do you think I'll summon one before I run out of arrows? Only 60 left. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's try some players 3 for more loot and more experience, of course. Yeah, the druid absolutely fits for a run like this. Though I wanted to make... Well, first off, I wanted to play an Amazon. But also, a druid has Solar Vine and Carrion Vine to keep him topped up. And I guess I wanted to be a little bit more dependent on potion drops. Druid even has a dog. That is true, very flavorful, and it kind of looks like a hobo. Sorry, not sorry to all the druid enjoyers. Great Pylum. 75. 78. Oh, I can definitely reach that. And then I think I'll use those first, because it's more likely that I want to stack those with another pair. than my current one. Oh, they are even ethereal, so they are never gonna be stacked with anything else unless I find exactly another pair of great pylons that are ethereal. Hobo druid summons pigeons instead of ravens. Imagine if Diablo 2 had skins that you buy with microtransactions. The fastest way to completely ruin the atmosphere of a game.
I am overburdened.
I agree with you. Because the cosmetics aren't like subtle like that. They are made to look very flashy and, you know, draw the attention. Because that's what makes people buy them, I guess. And that is actually one of my critiques about Diablo 4. I don't like the open world aspect, because you go on an epic quest and then you go into town and then you see like Bobby McFartslayer underscore XXX and his super, you know, shiny glowing effects and wings, demon wings and all kinds of cosmetics, and it really doesn't fit the game at all. I would prefer Diablo 4 if you could turn off other players completely. That's my personal opinion.
I am overburdened.
We're talking about edge bow. This is not what I meant. I meant edge the rune word, but thanks, I guess, game. But I will identify all rare, exceptional or better bows, I believe, just in case we get a really good one. This is good against demons, but not much else. Superior composite bow. One socket. Oops, almost forgot my Kelpie. Almost died. Necro with skeleton cosmetics as goblins. I could have my own little army of loot goblins. In general, I don't have a huge problem with microtransactions, except when, in like Diablo 4, when I am forced to see everyone's other characters all the time, and it breaks my immersion or whatever. But I've never been much of a cosmetics guy myself. I think I have a few cosmetics, like my skins for Dota 2. I used to play that a bunch back in the day. But even then, it was like for a few characters only. Peacocking, yeah, that's a good way to phrase it. Like, yeah, exactly, peacocking. If they made the skins you buy more subtle, I guess that would hurt sales, because people who spend money on skins probably want to show them off, right? I assume. But if they were more subtle and just, you know, cool, I would be more interested, personally. But also, here's the thing. I think one problem with skins in ARPGs is that I want my character's appearance to change as I progress. So like when I equip the breastplate, I want the character to look different along the journey. I enjoy that. And if you use skins, like cosmetics, that are always on, it kind of takes that part away, right? This really is live. Love your vids, man. Oh, thank you. Glad you like the videos, DC King. Are your challenges limited to vanilla D2? Well, they are limited to Diablo 2 Resurrected. If that's what you mean. And not because I hate mods or anything. But this is just my game. Though I did play Path of Exile 2, a playthrough through the campaign like a month ago, 2 months ago. And that was fun for me. Maybe that's not where you were going, but I like preemptively answered your question about playing Project Diablo 2, but maybe that's not where you were going at all. I think that a lot of my viewers don't really play Diablo 2 much themselves anymore. They are more like nostalgia tripping through my videos and streams. And then I think, you know, they want to see the real, quote-unquote, Diablo 2. It feels like she got a weaker spear this time, or actually, yeah, I did go up to players 3, so never mind. Lol, you're the reason I bought it. I guess there's two sides of that coin, yeah. I guess there are enough people that watch me that there's probably all kinds of relationships with the game in my audience. Stupid crows. Okay, now I think I got the last of them. Ooh, well, I don't have an immediate use for a 3-socketed plate, but I do like the Gothic plate look in general on most characters. If we're talking about like how characters look with skins and all. Why do I have so many rings? It never pays off to identify rings. Well, it never pays off until it does.
I can't carry anymore.
Ooh, another diamond. We're definitely picking up some flawless diamonds in anticipation of remaking that resistance shield. Oh! What happened? I read the best look is the Necromancer in ancient armor, and I was gonna debate that. And I didn't see my screen. It's time for a Pepsi refill, I believe. Man, and I gotta walk so far too. A real walk of shame. Yeah, apparently the game did not want you to debate it. So the game is an ancient armor fan. What I was gonna say is that I think I said that I like the Gothic plate look, and the Necromancer is actually one of the characters that is the reason for me saying so. The Assassin and the Necromancer looks great in Gothic plates, in my opinion. Though it's kind of hard for me to not use a light armor, because, you know, movement speed is awesome. The fact that you aren't going for a Coke is the real walk of shame. I drink Pepsi Max. I used to be a Coke Zero enjoyer, but at least here in Sweden and or Europe, they changed the recipe some time ago, like a year or two or whatever, and I found it to be a big downgrade in taste. Alright, we're back. Now I really wish I had a... I was really gonna say, I wish I had a Scroll of Town portal in case I die again, retrieving my body. But I did actually pick up a pair of... or I did have some javelins in the cube, so I can actually fight my way to my body. But the spear throwers, they are no joke on players 3.
I am overburdened.
Making sure to reiterate that we went to players 3 to hide my... to like cover up for my poor gameplay. Ooh. Ooh. I did give up 10 magic find for resistances before, but 22 magic find? I'm sorry, Garnet Ring. Thank you for your service. I'll make you a deal. Once we get to hell, I will stop the magic find greed and greed. How does that sound? Oh, and now I need to re-summon my Valkyrie again, because this is a low level one. At least I think so. I guess it's possible that I summoned her and didn't notice. But she should have died when I died. Stupid crows keep coming after me instead of respecting the tank on the front lines. Zarfen with no magic find, are you feeling okay? Maybe I haven't recovered from last week. Oh, here we go. Or actually, was that a summon or a teleport? I think it was a summon. Man, those freaking crows are really doing a number on me.
I can't carry anymore.
I don't strictly need to kill a Shank, but
Did I do that?
there is some loot. And experience. Are you allowed to turn in quests when you are forced to go to town? Only if I get them from the same person that I am required to speak to. So no, like, well, since I'm in town anyway, might as well collect all the side quests. Only the required people, like Warreeve and Tyrael and Meshif, Jerin, and Tyrael again, I guess. In Act 3, you actually don't need to speak to a single soul. I need to go and grab a Pepsi. I trust that my Valkyrie will protect me while I'm gone. Ah, and we're back. Julmust enjoyer only this time of year. I don't know, I used to be a big Julmust guy, but kind of fallen out of it. I'm not sure why. Let's see, yeah, we're back. Thanks for joining me, or hanging around, I guess. And thank you again to the mysterious anonymous Twitch viewer donating 50 Twitch subs. I just saw the notification again. I found you a couple of weeks ago as a former D2 player, also from Sweden. I must say that I really enjoy your videos. Thank you. Where in Sweden do you live? Well, I didn't read the question before I read it out loud. I live in sort of mid Sweden. But I've been living in a few different cities. Actually, I think I'm gonna go back to Players 1. Because archers are not an enemy that needs to be more difficult than it is. Oh, found anything interesting this stream? I saw a question about that before also, but I forgot to answer. And I wouldn't say we found it, but we found the missing pieces to make peace. Pun unintended, the pieces to make peace. But we did make peace today, and the level 15 Valkyrie absolutely carried me in the Chaos Sanctuary. I love this armor. This is probably my favorite, like, underrated rune word, because I feel not many people talk about it, but for my runs, and I guess I don't play the game like most play it, I spend all my time in the campaign over and over. But it is really a terrific armor, and not only for Amazons, like getting the Valkyrie on a Barbarian is great too, and you know, it has +2 to critical strike, and it's not Amazon specific, so any character can get +2 to critical strike, which gives you a 25% chance for double damage. So I'm a certified peace enjoyer. Is it weird that a Dutch person who moved to Australia considers you a former neighbor? I wouldn't say it's weird. I guess it is like the Netherlands and Sweden are a lot closer to each other than Australia and Sweden. How are the spiders over there? Location is relative, yeah, exactly. Just finished watching your 5-hour super edit of the Random Guy Challenge. Oh yeah, exactly, yeah, Peace carried me there as well. The Valkyrie was invaluable, as was Malice, for sure. I have a Danish infiltrator in my chat. Stirring some, or who's up to no good. I'm just kidding. There is some sibling rivalry between Sweden and Denmark for sure. Right, I took like a 2-minute break to go and grab some Pepsi and go to the bathroom, and I come back and it's like I forgot what I was doing completely. Go, go, power Valkyrie. Yeah. Someone was talking about the doors also, and I guess this door is a dead end, but the doors are immune to poison. I guess once again our Valkyrie saves us. This door is unnecessary to knock down, but there could be doors that we are... Oh, so for example here, this door is poison immune. And I mean, I do have a bow, but that does not do a lot of damage, so I better leave it to the Valkyrie. Ooh, also I'm completely out of antidotes, and you really want some antidotes before you fight... what's it called? The second wave boss. Akmel? The mummy boss in the throne room. Because their poison can really hurt. At least give us some credit for the Lego. That is definitely something you deserve credit for. I love Legos. Though I guess I'm not like one of those guys who, when they became adults, started collecting all the Legos they never had as a kid. But I can definitely still enjoy building a bit of Legos? Is D2 your full-time job? Well, not Diablo 2 per se, I guess. Someone also asked this about in Twitch. Do you have a day job? Which I meant to answer. And this year, 2025, is my first year as a full-time YouTuber slash streamer slash professional Diablo player, however you want to call me. So I currently do not have a day job. I do this full-time. I really don't want to drink a mana potion because I'm so close to a level up, which will give me free mana. Alright, here we go. Thank you, Valkyrie. This is really becoming a Valkyrie stream. Three sockets? Well, 133 strength is a little steep. But I could do a... Oh, I do even have the Real Ort Tal, but 133... That's a little much, don't you think, chat? I mean, Ancient's Pledge would be absolutely amazing right now. But 133... I mean, I can't even get there right now. It's like 50 more strength or 45 or something. I think it's a bit too much. Your videos won me over, and for this run I am a stream enjoyer too. Welcome to the stream side of things. Ooh, another edge bow. We did have a 3-socketed edge bow at one point, but we had none of the runes, so we didn't keep it. Thank you. Zedling 67. Thank you for becoming a member. My Streamlabs thing is broken, it seems, because I only saw that in the chat. I didn't get a notification, and I don't think it popped up on stream either. So in case I have missed any support, I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna troubleshoot in the middle of the stream. But I did not see that. But thank you. At least I saw that one. If I missed something, I apologize. Do you see both chats on one screen? I have a second monitor where I have both chats up side by side. And then I also have a window with like all the alerts. But apparently it's not working. Since you're full-time now, here's some encouragement. Thank you, I appreciate it. Are you planning to cube repair your boots again? Yes. One durability. I think I'm gonna let them break fully, but I do actually have all I need. Which is really only 2 items, the cube and one more thing. A rune. Speaking of rune. Well, I don't have the runes for edge, so I'm not gonna carry around a speculative bow because it takes too much space. And now I don't know where to put my skill points. Let it simmer. So we can either make Rel, Ort, Tal. We have another spare Ort and Rel, 2 Orts even. So we have 2 armor repairs and 1 weapon repair. Or if it's the other way around, I keep forgetting. Then I have a Doll rune, which probably never using. And the second Fall rune also doesn't seem very useful. The inventory sucks on a good day and now it does this. I keep getting attacked for my inventory management. Wasn't there a short with a Thal rune? There is, yeah. But then at that point the Thal rune was the only thing we were missing to make spirit. Now we are not really... We don't really have an immediate use for one. Trying to get a Valkyrie to walk over here. If you want something done, you gotta do it yourself. Oh, did I re-summon her by attacking a door? Doors keep playing a role in my videos, it's kind of funny. Most of the time, just as like the target of a stupid joke. Do you notice when people like chat between both streams? Not really. Like, I am very fortunate to have so many people watching. Like, usually around 100 people on Twitch and a few hundred on YouTube. And I mean, not everyone chats, there's plenty of lurkers, but my streams are definitely past the point where I can't... Well, I could, I guess, but I don't read all the messages because, like, when I need to focus on the game, I can't look at the second monitor because, as you saw earlier in Act 5, then I die. So I unfortunately do not see all the messages, and I can't pay enough attention to see if people are typing in both chats, though I have noticed it sometimes. And I try to read the chats as much as possible, but I definitely prioritize the game. Well, is that true? Well, I do prioritize the game a lot of the time anyway.
I am overburdened.
I see this spear on the ground, and I kind of want to turn it into some juicy javelins. But I need arrows. Oh, actually, I do have arrows. Okay, so let me
Impossible.
take care of some gremlins. Ah, the poison hurts, man. Oh, I'm gonna die again. Giving the people who complain about doing inventory management in the middle of combat some water on their mill, as we say in Sweden. Oh, the poison damage is still very solid.
I am overburdened.
Why don't you drop all the runes and potential gear and stuff somewhere near a waypoint? Because they do despawn. And since I can't, you know, take a town portal back to town, it's a bit hard to babysit them, I think. Because I can only do it when I reach a new waypoint. But I mean, the pace of progress has been pretty nice this stream. Like fighting takes a long time sometimes. Like some battles are tough, but there's no like going after side quests. There's no like filling up on loot and go sell that and, you know, gamble and stuff. It's only main quest progress basically, apart from the odd counters run, I guess. Why don't you play the game normally? I mean, the challenges are definitely a key component of the streams and videos, but you might be surprised how little difference there is between like me playing the game normally and like the challenges. I still shop for magic find boots and gloves in Act 2. I still love my peace armor.
I need mana.
I still overvalue magic find. How's the belt looking? Oh, still 11 durability. That's fine. I like the quote-unquote roleplay aspect of the challenges. I do too, and I think that's much more prominent in streamed challenges. I feel much more, for the lack of a better word, immersed in the challenges when I stream them. Because when I play offline, you know, I take I routinely pause to like take notes or, you know, yeah, do those kind of things. So that's a very nice aspect of streaming. Glacial Trail. Sorry, Anya, I'm busy. Someone else have to come get you.
I need mana.
Actually, I can't even save Anya. It's not just that I can't get the reward, but I can't actually save Anya. Because you get the potion from Mala, right? Well, the Valkyrie is a fine solution, but we are seeing more and more poison immunes.
I am overburdened.
So that secondary attack would be pretty nice about now. Oh, perfect. Very short, the ice caves. Ooh, there's a sneeze coming. A big sneeze incoming. Never mind, it went away. Asks why he has so many rings, keeps picking rings up. Actually, what magic ring could be better than this or this? Maybe it is time to stop with magic rings and wait for either craft mats or either crafting materials or rares.
I can't carry anymore.
Actually, I could see myself making a caster ring for mana. Which rune do you need for a caster ring? I guess I don't even have a jewel anymore, so it's not urgent. Man, the doors are MVPs for resummoning the Valkyrie. Must feel crazy having hundreds of people watching you play D2R. Yeah, it is pretty crazy. I mean, it was definitely feeling more crazy when I started streaming. I guess I kind of have gotten used to it, but it is very strange. And for the strangest thing for me is that if I don't stream for a stream, and then people are like, where were you? Or like, I missed the stream on Monday. So like people were looking forward to it, which is of course very nice, but that's a very strange feeling. Like the fact that people are making an effort to catch the streams. That is perhaps even more strange of a feeling than people watching.
I can't carry anymore.
Which maybe doesn't make sense, but that's how I feel anyway. But it's very cool and yeah, a bit strange of a feeling to play Diablo 2 in front of so many people. But strange in a good way, it's tons of fun. You played this game back in the day? Oh yeah, definitely. Played lots of Diablo 2 in the mid to late 2000s. Then I think I took a break for a few years, and then I also played a bit, or a bunch, in like the mid 2010s. And then of course once Resurrected came out, I played that a lot, and then I decided to make a YouTube video. And the rest is history, as they say. What can we say? We just really like how you play D2R. Maybe that's the, you know, something that surprised me the most, because I think I play Diablo 2 in a bit of a unique and or strange way, right? Some people have previously said like if I compare myself to other Diablo creators, people have said like I play like the people, or like I'm the people's streamer, because I guess I play the game in a more low-powered environment, and or maybe like figure stuff out as I go. You know, my streams are never about displaying my cool new build that I came up with all on my own, or like my extreme skills, or my super cool collection of cool items. It's like, what happens if we do this? And then it's like it's very close. You know, playing a challenge kind of feels like playing Diablo 2 back in the 2000s, right? You're figuring stuff out, you don't have much of a plan, because it's hard to plan that much in advance, but like you find an item and like, oh, this would be good for my build, let's go. Right? Did you always play D2R with these challenge rounds? I kind of assumed it was for the videos. Oh yeah, well, I didn't have explicit challenge rounds, but I always enjoyed, how do you say, off-meta builds and stuff. Yes, Unique, punishing yourself for our entertainment. Well, rest assured that I do actually enjoy playing the game this way, so it's not like I'm torturing myself. Well, sometimes it's borderline.
I can't carry
But I'm not sitting here suffering. Nice, another full rejuve. Making, I mean, for challenge runs, what an amazing addition to the game the Herodic Cube is. It really adds a lot to the challenges. Like, you can do so much with so little when you're like... How do you say this in English? But like when your measuring stick of what items are good or not, like when your expectations are low, you can do so much with the cube.
I am overburdened.
Like the threshold for what you accept. Coming from watching your YouTube videos, I find this kind of D2 more digestible. I haven't put millions of hours into the game, so watching someone do 1,000 Pintle runs is a bit rough. I can see that too. I mean, I get a lot of comments from, on the videos especially, from people who, you know, they watch the videos and enjoy them, but they haven't played themselves. They haven't played the game themselves in like 15 years, or maybe some people haven't even watched, played the game at all. I can definitely see where you're coming from. Prepared for the worst, hoping for the best. Yeah. I've had conversations with friends who aren't gamers and haven't played the game in 20 years and somehow watch these videos. Oh, that's awesome. These runs somehow manage to enter the consciousness of people who don't even game. That is awesome, and that is something I do aspire to with the videos. But that's awesome to hear. I'm very happy that they are viewable. I feel called out. Yeah, can you beat the game without the Herodic Cube? Technically, no, since it is required for quest items. I had another idea. Like, can you beat Diablo 2 without right click, only using left click?
I am overburdened. I can't carry.
But that also falls apart because you can't open the cube without right clicking. I guess you can press K, but or actually my idea was to only use left click. But that challenge is also a bit weird because I can't really prove to you what buttons I'm pressing. But the cube is required for some parts of the game. So now I am going back and forth on, should I seek out the waypoint or should I just go for the Ancients fight? I think it's prudent to get the waypoint. I'm not feeling super confident in a first try victory. It's hard for me to tell because sometimes the Ancients are super easy. Like if you recall the last challenge, like the random guy, I was hyping up the Ancients fight, you know, preparing for it, strategizing, and then, you know, the fight itself was super anticlimactic. But it depends so much on the stats they spawn with. And since I don't have any town portals, I can't re-roll them. I should have kept some town portals for that reason, like re-roll the fight if it's too hard.
I
Yeah, I could get one of those old Macintosh mouses with just one button. That's true. Probably comes with a... or actually, I guess even the modern Mac mouses only have one button, right? I was picturing like the really old ones with a roller ball inside and just one big square button on the top. But I guess even modern Macintosh or Apple mice only has one button. Heaps of streamers have on-screen button press stuff. Do you mean like a camera showing, like a camera pointing at my hands? Or how do you mean? Almost died to reading chat again. Once per stream is enough for that.
I am overburdened.
Well, ideally 0 times per stream is the right amount. Or an overlay. Oh, so just an overlay that like displays what button I'm pressing. Well, that's an easy solution then. Not that, you know... Not that I think I generally need to prove that my challenges are legit. I think it would be fairly obvious if I were quote-unquote cheating. But that's cool. I don't think I've ever seen that. Alright, we did get the waypoint. Nice. Hi Zarfen, top-notch content. Just downloaded D2R2. Used to play many years ago. Like we just were talking about. Thank you so much. That's great. Hope you have a good time with the remaster. So, the Ancients, huh? I don't have any town portals, but I mean, Nightmare should be fine.
The fabled home of the ancients.
Zarfen selling more games than Blizzard's marketing team. I do get that comment semi-frequently, so Blizzard should really, you know, have a little kickback sent my way, I feel like. Man, that Pepsi really did something weird with my voice. But now I need to fight the Ancients. Well, so far so good. Now, none of them looks to be poison immune. The Corlic seems very poison resistant, but that's fine. The Valkyrie seems to stand up to their damage as well, which is great. Oh wow, Madoc is a gunner. I guess this turned out to be one of those a bit of anticlimactic Ancients fight. Cake Valk with a single V. I think I can go into the Wallstone Keep, but before we attempt the last part of the difficulty, I really think I need to get some more javelins. Oh, I definitely need some more javelins and to top up the potions a bit. Nice. Okay, that was really easy. Valk cake. Valk walk. First time catching a live, first time watching a stream. Hello, new stream goblins. Welcome, welcome. DDR dance pad as only controller challenge. I've seen some of those people beating games with dance pads. Doesn't seem like my type of my cup of tea personally. Cake about grown. We have officially entered dad joke time of day, Friday afternoon. Maybe Swedes can relate, because it ties to fredagsfika, like Friday communal cake and coffee. But like the guy who brings out the puns or like dad humor at fredagsfika. I don't know how to explain that in international terms. But like on Friday afternoons, at least in like office jobs, everyone gathers for some coffee and sweets or treats. A bun, maybe. Very common thing in Sweden, at least in like office workplaces. And then there's always one guy who loves telling puns or dad jokes.
I can't carry anymore.
That anecdote was poorly delivered, but maybe it's something. Ooh, an elite bow. Elite bow. Also a sign of a Friday afternoon. The voice is growing ever so tired. Thank you, Espen, for remembering.
Can't carry anymore.
That doesn't have the same ring as a resub. But welcome back, or thank you for another member thing. Still does not show up on my dashboard, but I saw it in chat. Thank you, thank you. I once drank coffee in Stockholm. It was awful. Did it have anything? Was it about the coffee or was it about Stockholm? Ooh, Andrew, let's go. What about Sunday pickled herring? Well, now you're just making stuff up. In Australia, we just go for a drink at the pub after work. I guess that's similar. Like, there is an after work culture in Sweden too. Depending on the workplace, I would say. Like, depending on the workplace a lot. But this fredagsfika thing, that happens at work. And usually you take turns ringing something, or baking if you're ambitious. It was the coffee. I am generally pretty pleased with coffee, wherever I get it in Sweden. It's not often that I am disappointed in the coffee when I buy one in Sweden. It's usually pretty strong. Be careful about grabbing a cup of coffee from the local pizzeria though. That could have been sitting on the burner for days, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, I knew there was something I wanted to pick up. Nice. So now we do have the sapphire if we want to upgrade a rare, but we also needed oh, now I didn't keep the right bow. I wasn't expecting to find 3 flawless sapphires so quickly. So I threw away the longbow with all that extra ED, and it's probably gone now because it should be more than half an hour ago. Are you pro Johnsons or anti Johnsons? Johnson's temptation. It's like a... How do you say that in English? It's like a potato... Not a potato salad, it's like a potato... Man, I'm blanking on the word. Potato gratin. Do you call it that? Alright, it's like a potato gratin, but with anchovies. And I think it's awful. But it is sort of Christmassy, so we can let it slide. I also am a big Christmas fan. Like, I like the decorations, I like the food, I like hearing the same Christmas song on repeat on the radio over and over. What is this about potatoes? You need the expert in having them in the throat. I was just gonna say, I read the message before I saw who wrote it, and I was gonna say that we had a Dane here before. We could ask him, but it was you who made the comment. Right, as bad as Act 4 was in terms of poison immunes, and the start of the area plateau, no, the frigid highlands with all the skeletons, no, the frozen tundra, it really hasn't been bad at all since then, mainly thanks to the lack of poison immunes. So right now it really feels like we're cruising. Which is good, because at this pace we are definitely keeping up the pace of finishing 2 acts per stream. Unless something goes horribly wrong, I guess. There's always an option that things goes horribly wrong. Glaive, you say? 51. Well, it's still a decent stack. Short spear, 54. So I think if I somehow manage to carry all 3 stacks with me, I should be good on javelins. I don't think I need that Thal rune. Don't think I need that Thal rune, especially now that I have an Am rune. Because I think the best use case right now for a... Sorry, Topaz. I love Topazes, but this isn't the run. So what I meant to say is that I think that the best use case for a Thal rune would be to cube 3 of them to an Amn, but now I have an Amn anyway. Anyway. Amazons should be able to dual wield javelins, make it happen. The barbarian can though, right? Yeah, double throw. in my opinion, Act 4 is more difficult than Act 5 overall. I think that is true up until the Ancients and the Wellstone Keep. I actually completely agree. As I just talked about, the Ancients fight can be very high variance. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's super hard. The Wellstone Keep is often tricky, but also depends, or it's very RNG dependent. And then Bale can be, like the minions and Bale can be hard, but they are usually very predictable, which helps with preparation. But I tend to agree that Act 4 is more difficult. And now I need to go and grab the waypoint, because I do want a few more potions, I think. I might actually not need to. Like, if I don't use too many resources on getting to the waves, and then, you know, don't need to heal too much during a wave, you should get some potion drops from each wave. So as long as I don't need to, like, empty my belt against one of the waves. Alright, well, yeah, now we can go. Found a bunch of potions randomly. Yeah, so for example, if I get a bunch of Venom Lords, I guess the wave 4 will always have Venom Lords, and that's gonna be tough since they are poison immune. I guess we're gonna have to trust in the Valkyrie once again. Ooh, oh, I thought they were souls, but they were only specters. I just saw the blue shimmer and like, ooh, souls, that could be bad. But specters are among the easier enemies. They are not very fast, no ranged attacks. Yeah, so we have poison immunes on wave 2, but only the main boss, Akmal the Cursed. At least I don't think the mummies are poison immune in Nightmare. Like the side mummies, the minions. But then all of wave 4 will be poison immune. But you know, there's not many problems that some good old hit and run tactics can't solve, right? So I guess wave 2 will be tricky, because I don't have any way to get rid of the skeleton corpses. To like stop the mages from getting resurrected. Oh, just on time. So let's showcase the repair cube shenanigans. Hotspurs broke. They unfortunately only have 12 durability. But putting one pair of armor... Okay, bad place to stand still. Putting one pair of armor in the cube. And then one... Ort? Okay, it was a rail. And one rail. They are fully repaired. If you add a flawed or a chipped gem, I forget which, you also repair charges, like the 9 out of 22 weaken charges. But with only the rune, you repair the durability.
I am overburdened.
So we actually have a couple of repairs stored up in here. I guess that actually... Oh, I don't have any arrows. Okay, that's too bad. So it's unfortunate. I wish these two Ort runes were rail runes, because I still feel so weird trying, you know, repairing javelins with the cube. It feels like such a waste, because you go through them so quickly. Thank you, Red Tens, for the super chat. Greetings from South Florida. A few days into my holiday break. Glad to finally catch you live. Thanks for all the great videos. Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for the super chat. Don't ignore the scroll of identify. Four sockets! Okay, hold on. It's 4 sockets, but it's only a normal tier bow. Let's kill those enemies first, and then we can think about it. Thank you, DP Kanev, for 7 months. Good luck, my Lord Goblin. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so we did find a 4-socketed bow. It's only of normal quality. So the base damage is gonna be really low. And that makes it not good for stuff like strafe. But it could still be good for stuff like going for Frozen Arrow, because you get the meditation aura. So I think we can carry that around as our backup bow to trigger the Valkyrie for now. Though I'm not that happy about it. Like an exceptional bow. Oh, here's the scroll. I mean, of course you would want an elite bow, but even an exceptional bow with 4 sockets, if you slap insight in that, I think you could do decent damage with strafe. Do I really think that, though? When I said it out loud, it was like, oh, are you sure about that? Are you really sure about that? What's the max amount of sockets on bows? It depends on the bow type. Some bows have a maximum of 3 sockets, while some go all the way to 6. And anything in between. Though I would say bows with 3 max sockets are kind of uncommon. Are you allowed to respec Adakara? No, because that is not a required NPC to speak to. So I can never respec. And that is kind of why I am leaning towards Strafe instead of Frozen Arrow, for example, because I believe that Strafe is more powerful with few skill points invested. So we're not looking to replace our main attack, but rather get a secondary attack for poison immunes, basically. Because Strafe cares more about... I mean, maxing your bow tree leads to a stronger Strafe. But Strafe cares more about the bow quality. So that's a way to, like, make your skill points less impactful. But something like Frozen Arrow really needs you to put a lot of skills into them. Skill points. If you want it for damage, anyway. Strafe is pretty good, but I hate that it locks you in place. It is a downside for sure, but I personally don't mind it that much. You just have to be careful about where and when you use it, and perhaps more importantly, you have to be mindful about not using too slow of a bow, because sometimes I've used Strafe with like a crossbow, and that can really punish you. Like if you have a slow bow, it can be a big deal. For sure, the Strafe lock. But very solid damage, absolutely. No complaints about the damage. Death Mask.
I can't.
This could be my lore. base. Though actually I did spend my soul rune crafting this ring, so never mind. Is teleport the only way to reposition minions / hirelings? You can also use a town portal, which I am not allowed to in this challenge though, because it puts you in town. And you can also actually use the Raven skill. I haven't tested it myself, but someone said that ravens actually, because the way ravens work is that if you click on an enemy with the Raven skill, all your ravens will reposition. Oh, and someone told me that any other minions you have will also retarget on that enemy, though I didn't try that, so I'm not sure, but that sounds pretty cool. But no, basically it's only teleport, and the super budget version is using a town portal, which can be useful in a pinch to like get on top of a boss. Ooh, no. I got greedy and used a healing potion instead of a rejuve. But that's a nasty floor. Souls and mummies. Mummies aren't too bad, but their projectiles are basically invisible. Well, they're not invisible, but they are black and transparent, so it's hard to see them. It's an ambush. Okay, they are gone. How will I get my body back? I guess just go for it. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And yeah, like here, spirit, or sorry, strafe would be very sketchy. Ooh, ouch. Man, these guys. Let's create a diversion. I mean, we're lucky this wasn't our hell map, because holy crap, the amount of souls. There's an elite soul pack up here as well. I guess that's what you get when you trade in all of your... all of the good resistances I had at the start of the stream, I've traded in for magic find. So as usual, I'm the one to blame for the situation I put myself into. Something, the consequences of my own actions. Or actually, that was not an elite pack of souls. It looked like one of them were very blue, but I guess that was just wrong on my end. I would like a bit of a weaker enemy that I can charge my, like resummon my Valkyrie on. Oh, War Gauntlets. Yeah, good call. I said I was supposed to identify more gloves. And what I'm looking for is +2 javelin skills. Those were maybe a bit heavy. 110. Didn't look at the requirements before I identified. You haven't had a unique in a while. That is... that's true. It's been a while since I found a unique. And it's especially funny considering that now my magic find is higher than it's been in a long time. Like I upgraded from 25 to 67. 6-7. Hello kids. spider bow. That is one elite bow, which I believe cannot have 4 sockets. I think 3 is max, even on the spider bow.
Not enough mana.
But I am not sure, so I will definitely double check. That had 1. Yes, 3 is max. Alright. Bit weird on an elite level bow, but I guess it's useful if you really want to make a 3-socket rune word. Alright. I didn't find a single stack of arrows. But there are some spears here.
Not enough mana.
Oh no! I should have resummoned my Valkyrie. I forgot. Actually, let's pull back. I think I have... Yeah, I do. I have arrows here.
I can't.
Arrows here. I do have some arrows. Javelins. Oh, but now of course I don't have... Okay, let's use those 18 and then we come back here.
Good day to you, partner.
Can you beat the game without talking to anyone? Also, thank you for the resub. CH95. 6 months. So I am in the middle of battle here, but... So it seems like only the YouTube notifications are broken, because I did get that notification in my... like, side second monitor thing set up, and it also appeared on stream, so it seems like the problem is isolated to YouTube alerts. But so we are kind of doing that. We're not talking to any NPCs unless we are absolutely required to, and unfortunately you are absolutely required to a few times in the game. Like, you need to speak to an NPC to get to the next act a couple of times. I mean, technically... No, actually, I was gonna say, maybe if you do it in multiplayer and have another one do all the quests, but you still need to talk to Wari, for example, to even get to Act 2. And then Meshif to get to Act 3, etc. So unless you find a new bug in the game or something, or use a hero editor,
Not enough mana.
I think it is actually literally impossible. This bow is noticeably slower than the Razor bow I had before. So maybe I shouldn't invest in this bow anyway. Trying to get a higher level because this Valkyrie I have summoned myself at like level 3, and I'm really trying to get the level 15 Valkyrie from the piece armor. In case you're wondering why I'm shooting my bow for 40 damage. Oh, perfect. Last shot. Absolutely perfect. When is the no keyboard shortcuts run? I actually had a fun idea. Could you beat the game without using either your skill slots? So it would basically be a pacifist run, but without even the Thorns aura. Taking it nice and slow here so we can fight the mummy without any other enemies around. Oh, actually, this sucks because I'm gonna try to... Or actually, I don't need to. What I was going to say is that I'm gonna try to lure Achmel away from the throne so the Valkyrie isn't cursed. But then he will just resurrect the skeletons that I have dumped in the entrance. But if Bale only curses the one who stands closest to him. So if I stand here and, you know, soak up the curses, the Valkyrie should have free reign to attack Achmel. Though it looks like she's losing. Okay. Maybe my level 3 Valkyrie can, you know, finish the fight. Ooh. What killed me exactly? Was it a projectile that I didn't see? Or did Bale somehow do like 1 damage? Well, thank God for that safety portal. A bit of an unnecessary death, but also seems like a little bit of a BS death. I'm just waiting for the poison to run out. Looked like the curse did damage. That's what I thought. That's what I thought too. But I was under the impression that the curses do not deal damage, but Bale sometimes does damage. Wow, okay. So I learned something new today. No, poison damage won't kill you. It will only bring you down to 1 HP. If you get hit by a poison attack again, you will die. But you can't run to 0 on poison.
I can't.
Let's see if Bale deals that. What? Where did that poison come from? What? I can't believe it.
Not enough mana.
I'm really playing with fire here, or playing with poison rather.
Good day to you, partner.
It happened again, and this time I saw the curse drippings, and Achmel was moving around. So apparently Bale's curses definitely can deal damage. Thank you, Salan Thorius, for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Both the monetary support and the emotional support as I walk all the way back from the Ancient's Way. How on earth are you gonna kill Lister this way? Well, Lister is very poison resistant, but I think that it was the poison damage that screwed me over. And I actually think the fact that I even got poisoned in the first place seemed like absolute BS, because there shouldn't have... I could not see where the poison was coming from. It must have been a poison cloud that I didn't see. Or alternatively, a poison cloud that has a much larger AoE than what the graphic looks like. What did you learn? Well, I learned that Bale's curses deals damage. At least some of them. Because I was at 1 HP and the mummy was not attacking, it was running, but somehow I got killed. Maybe it's time to lure the dude outside the throne. He's so low. We should be able to do it. Though I'm also not... I'm gearless and weak without my gear. Well, actually, the Worldstone Keep map was very good for walking back all the way from the Ancient's place. And now, of course, I am very thankful that I didn't skip a bunch of enemies. It's not Bale, it's the mummy. No, you rewind the stream and you'll see that the mummy was moving, it wasn't attacking, and exactly at the moment where I died, there was a poison, or there was like a curse marking on me. Okay, this is terrible. I used a rejuve to be able to grab my body safely. What was that? Bale sneezed at you. Now there's just invisible damage coming out. A heart attack, yeah. Maybe poison can kill after all. Alright. This fight seems to be a bit trickier than I expected. Though, I mean, having invisible projectiles from enemies is not unheard of in Diablo 2. So maybe it was just a mage shot that was invisible. It does happen sometime. I think they have made it less of a problem, but there was an infamous bug in the original Diablo 2 where lightning enchanted monsters that also had multi-shot spewed out so many lightning bolts, and I'm not sure if it was related, but they could be invisible a lot of the time. Oh, Akmel has an aura that does poison damage. What? Really? Huh, I've never noticed that before. There was no visible attack. Huh. Same with the maggot boss in level 3. Interesting. We're learning tons of new stuff today. I absolutely believe that though, because it has happened many times with the maggot in maggot lair level 3 that I get poisoned and I don't know why. Cool, thank you for the info, competitive muffin diver. Okay.
Good day to you, partner.
And thank you, Crackfox, for the Prime. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. If we can only get a high-level Valkyrie, this fight should be over, because she brought him down to like 5% HP. But the level 3 Valkyrie seems to not be able to finish the job at all. That's so interesting. I never knew that he had a poison aura. And I can't believe I haven't even noticed it before. That's pretty crazy. This one is so far away now that he should not be resurrected. Thank you, Cats, and Leader Pit Road for Prime subs as well. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. I will channel that into taking down this stupid mummy. Come on, Valkyrie, you can do it. So I'm gonna make sure to stay far away then, I guess. And make sure I have mana. Oh, I'm really low on potions. Come on, we can do it! Yay! What do you think? Do I need to go and restock on supplies? I think yes. Ooh, the elite, the exceptional and elite javelins are pretty taxing on your stats. I'm not sure if it's worth going for that or not, actually. How will you deal with the Venom Lords? Praying? Oh, I don't know. I unfortunately think I need to backtrack.
Impossible.
Maybe go and find the waypoint.
Impossible. Impossible.
Where's the pylons? Okay, now I summon the next wave. Or did I use all of the pylons too? I guess I did. Alright. I think I need to backtrack. I need some more potions and potentially more javelins. Oh. So I did have some short spears laying around. Maybe we can try. The problem is that right now I don't have a high level Valkyrie. My resistance stats are 25, 26, 55, minus 25. Yeah, this doesn't look good, and I don't have any arrows. I fear that even a level 15 Valkyrie is gonna have a tough time standing up to that. This would be a great wave to skip. Yes. But if I skip that wave, the next wave will make it hard for me to dodge. Sorry, kite. Because then there will be a bunch of Venom Lords in the lobby. And I really think... Oh, so this was the waypoint. Imagine if I had walked those extra 5 meters. Could have saved me some time before. I think that... I need the space to kite backwards a long way. For Lister and co. Oh, nice. Oh, I was talking about the wave skip method. Well, that's too difficult. I have no practice with that at all. And even the speedrunners can't do it like super consistently, right? It's hard, it's rare that someone gets a perfect skip, right? If you can kite Lister all the way back to the Black Marsh, I'll be impressed. Imagine if they could follow you all the way to the waypoint. Okay, let's try. Oh man, she deals no damage to them. Durability, no! And I'm using jab to not get the bonus chance of durability loss from impale. Okay, 1. Sorry. 1 down, the rest to go. Oh, perfect. Oh, can I really get only the infector? Oh, that is so lucky. That is perfect. Going to the store and the barber, see you see you at halfway Lister. Oh, the disrespect. Let's hope she got a better weapon now. It's hard to tell. I think it's mostly me who's doing damage right now. Lost 1 more durability, but actually I do have 3 orc runes, so it might not be a terrible waste to use one of them on the Kelpie. It looks like their fire isn't really hitting me. Or something. Okay, that one really hit. You should go get a high-level Valk. The problem is that my current Valkyrie is level 15 from the Peace Armor. So I would need to invest like 15 points or 14 points or something to make her as good. And currently I have like 4 skill points. So I think it's better to invest in an alternate attack. Phew. Okay, there's even more of them. Actually, let's use the normal attack and use this time to regen some mana. Ooh, red armor. But this looks like dark red. I wonder if that is some different kind of stat. Or if it's life. Whoops, we triggered the final wave, I think. Oh, fire res versus plus HP. Do plus to all skills affect the level of the Peace Valk? No, you cannot. The chance to cast you cannot boost, unfortunately. like the level of the chance to cast spell. Alright, let's see what we're working with here. Those are some poison resistant enemies for sure. And it looks like Lister is cursed, but it also looks like my Valkyrie is freaking immortal. Look at the damage she's soaking up. Alright, now she's taking damage. Run! This is a rare case where I kind of don't want to split them up. I kind of want them all after me at once, since I'm all about slow area damage. Oh, hope you find Titans from Bale. Yeah, the Bale quest drop could bring us a lot of juicy goods, for sure. Well, I guess we are taking on one minion at a time. Because we got separated from the rest. Hello Lister, my old friend, we come to challenge you again. No, my... Well, the last Valkyrie seemed so good at tanking, but I guess I am poking a lot with my weapon, so it was inevitable. But I'm a little bit sad that I lost that out. Let's try and save her by teleporting her to me. I gotta say, Lister has so far not been nearly as bad as I thought after the struggle against the Venom Lords. Or maybe even more so the second wave. I didn't make it to the door in time, so I guess I spoke too soon. So after this wave, we definitely need to go to Lower Kurast or something and grab some more potions, because I am very, very dry in that regard. I did slow Lister down with a poke from Kelpie Snare, but now he's like out of sync with the rest of them. And I am out of mana. Now they're gonna start regening. This is more mana efficient, but 12k damage over 50 seconds. I don't know, man. Probably not worth it. I think we need to go and grab the potions now, right? Like sooner rather than later. Be right back. Yeah, run to Bale and ignore them. I could do that, but I'm gonna have the same problem against Bale, like 32 mana and no potions. So let's do a bit of player 7 chest cheesing. A town portal might be nice. A quick potion run to lower cost. Do we have any bonfires? Well, actually, you always have at least one bonfire. Oh, I can just kill the enemies. I thought they would be too strong at player 7, but apparently not. Ooh, perfect.
I can't carry anymore. I can't.
I probably shouldn't be carrying around arrows. I should be carrying around like 3 more mana potions. The jade figurine of the stream. Ooh, Demonite Sash. Ooh, triple flawless diamond. Whoa, hello. 47 life. Only, I mean, 5, if it would have been more lightning resist, would have been very nice, but what an upgrade over Mesh Belt of the Jackal. Well, actually, it does have 3 less durability, but I think it's worth it. Gloves, can we go for some nice gloves as well? +3 to jab skills. Almost. Ooh, a shale rune.
Overburdened.
That's always welcome. And a rail rune. What a worthwhile LK run. And even some more javelins too. There should be a stack of arrows here. Alright, alright. I would like a couple more mana potions. I don't have an F rune, but now we're definitely starting to look for one even harder. What is another shale rune? Okay. When it rains, it pours, I guess. Though the 3rd shale rune is probably not that impactful. Hobo plundering the lower cross trash cans and dumpsters, yeah. Exactly. Rummaging through their trash. One man's trash is another man's treasure, you know?
I can't carry anymore.
I think we could go now. I would really like one more mana potion. Perfect. Ask and ye shall receive. Go back to players 1. I guess I mean, as exciting as it is to find Shale runes, I am a 2-socketed shield and an F rune away from making a rhyme. Shale, faster attack speed in the bow. Shale on you. Do you want thawing potion stacks for the fight? I mean, they would be better than not having them, but with such limited inventory, I don't think it's worth. Oh, they healed almost all the way back up to full. You know what? In the interest of actually finishing this challenge before... okay, never mind. I was gonna say, let's skip Lister, so I have a better chance of actually finishing Bale, but... this Valkyrie does pack a punch, so I don't think I need to skip the wave. Good thing I had that Orc rune. It would have been extremely comedic timing if it broke for real there and I didn't have a rune to replace it. Ooh, white armor. I believe that is high defense. Or maybe it's defense per level, actually. Nice. Good fashion sense from the Velk, yeah, I agree. Alright. So we did take down Bale. Oh, okay, let's skip the stragglers. Like, if you could take Lister down, we can show... Like, if we took Lister and 2 minions down, surely we can take down 2 minions, but... in the interest of getting this done sooner rather than later, I'm gonna skip those. Wish me luck. Kill Bale. Alright, if you say so. Oh, did you see that? I dodged the... And I did it again. I dodged the cold cone twice.
I need mana.
I would like the Valkyrie to help out here. Okay, here she comes. You got this. I post Silk Song for this. Let's go. I wonder if I should be in here poking or if I should just, you know, chill and poison. I think the damage is good enough that it's good to get in there. I'm not using Impale because I don't want to waste, quote-unquote, the durability. I already went down from 35 to 30 because I used the Impale on a few of the minions of destruction. Though I should always have him poison. The poison is the main source. Poison and chill. That is true. I can't just sit back and chill. 27% chance to hit. That is rough, but... I mean, with a 27% chance to hit, I will hit eventually, even with the normal attack, so I'm not using Impale now. But I guess that speaks in the poison and chill. That speaks for the poison and chill plan.
Mana.
And I mean, as you can see, this much slow completely destroys Bale. I'm not sure why Bale is the only one that does this. But if Bale is slowed enough, some of his spells doesn't even come out, because it's something like the animation takes so long, and if the animation takes too long, he's programmed to not use the attack at all. It's very strange. And very unfair, but I'm taking full advantage, and I'm not feeling bad about it. Often also no clone, and that is absolutely amazing. A Bale fight with no clone is beautiful, especially since the best way to get rid of the clone is to TP to town and, you know, wait for a minute, or wait for like 10 seconds. But of course I can't do that on this run. Alright, get ready with your loot predictions. Oh, I need to kill him with this out for maximum MF. So let's see. First off, Nightmare beaten. That's very nice. Very cool. But now, of course, what loot do we have? I see some kind of wand and some body armor. Did I really only get 2 pieces of loot? No, okay, there's 4 blinks. That looks like a glove, I was about to say, then I hovered over it. Alright, Demon Hide boots. Field plate. Ooh, rare glaive. I'm pretty sure this is our first rare javelin we have seen at all. Okay, let's identify them one at a time. The glaive. Ooh, those are some juicy stats. 220 ED. And mana steal. Upgrading this could make it a decent alternate source of damage, but, you know, with low quantity and no self-repair, I don't think it's gonna work out. I mean, we can definitely use it for a while. Like, use the Bay loot for skill point, not skill points, style points, is what I meant to say. Okay, then let's see the armor. Very unlikely to be used. Decent armor, not great. Pretty bad, but at least good stats. Bramble mitts. This could be really nice. Attack speed, jab skills, resistances. Well, I did get well, I did get the attack speed. I did get the attack speed, I did get resistances, and passive and magic skills. Which is helpful. The question is it better than 30 lightning resist? Lifesteal too, yeah. So, I mean, pretty good Javason gloves. Sorry, Boason gloves, all things considered. But I'm trading a low important resistance for an already high, not as important resist. Tough one to know what to do. But let's see the Demon Hide boots. I don't remember what those do. Are these like the rite of passage? Yeah, it is. 30 run speed, half freeze duration. I mean, running faster would be so nice for this character. And it is a noticeable difference. But life and 45 fire resistance. What do you think? I think it might finally be time to leave Hotspurs behind, but 45 fire resist, 15 life. 30. Keep the uniques, alright. Seems pretty anonymous. Not anonymous. Unanimous, I mean. Yeah, that's the word. You guys seem to like the attack speed gloves. The thing is that I don't care about attack speed with Plague Javelin. But I do care about it when poking with the Kelpie Snare, I guess. Alright, that settles it. Nice. Cool to get some loot that you actually equip. And we actually don't need to speak to Tyrael. We can simply save and exit the game. You don't need fire res if you don't get hit. And now we are in hell. What about breakpoints? You mean for the attack speed? Well, considering I have no attack speed, I'm pretty sure that I will hit a breakpoint with 20 attack speed, regardless of what weapon I'm using. So we are entering hell at level 57. Pretty low level, but not extremely so. We have 40 unspent stat points. I should probably do something about that. Resistances are looking very bad. Rare Glaive. Peace. Dusk Deep. Amulet of Fortune. Milabrega's Orb. Now in a very not distant past, like in a very near past, I remember myself saying like I was happy to trade 20 resistances or 19 resistances all res, 19 all res, so technically 76 all resistances for 20 magic find. But now I kind of want to trade back. Hotspurs, 22 MF ring, 47 life belt, crafted blood ring, and the stone grip bramble mitts. Two shale. The doll rune can go. The am rune, I don't know. Rel, tear, tail, soul. I'm very far away from making anything in this, so I might actually throw it away. I don't need to do it right now, of course. Should have kept the set boots in case another set piece drops. True, but... Drop the snake small charm of greed. Well, 8 mana is decent. Nice triple red. Yeah, going on. Yeah, the gloves, the belt and the boots. You've heard about the triple res, but have you heard about the triple red? That is the new hotness. And then of course I can't omit Kelpie Snare from the gear check. Is there an item you regret dropping the most? I did find Hand of Brock very early on, and I regretted dropping those for a while, but I do think it was the right call in the end. So we're just gonna fight a few enemies and see what it looks like. Ooh. This is tough. So the poke strategy is looking a lot weaker for sure. I'm just trying to summon my Valkyrie. I guess I don't need to. But I think the poison should still be very solid. Oh yeah, definitely. So I think the case of, you know, making short work of enemies that are not poison immune is gonna continue. And poison immune enemies are gonna be a pain. Ooh, taking damage is also gonna be more of a pain. So I guess next time we might start by going back to Nightmare, do a Countess run. I'm not sure what we're even hoping for actually. That's an interesting question. What are we even hoping to do with this character? A secondary attack would be very nice. I mean, Guided Arrow would be sick because it always hits, but 8 mana per arrow makes it a little bit resource intense. Beware of archers. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a pain. That is going to be tough. Yeah, Ancient's Pledge could be very cool. So let's... If I find that 3-socketed shield, I do have the runes. And we did find the 3-socketed Pavice or Pavis. Pavice. Pavice. But that was 133 strength requirement. Should have considered investing points in the passive skill tree. Makes farming progression slower but saves you in the long run. Why does it save me in the long run? Farm Nightmare Cows. I unfortunately cannot go to Tristram to get Wurt's Leg because I can't access Tristram without speaking to forbidden NPCs. Oh, right. Yeah, Guided Arrow could be good if we get that Insight Bow. Oh, form a topaz for a prismatic amulet. Actually, I do have a... Okay, never mind. I do have a chromatic amulet already. But yeah, that could be... I threw away a perfect topaz, but I could have used it to make to craft a prismatic amulet, actually. But I do have a chromatic amulet of wealth. Which I guess I should reluctantly put on. Like, if I would replace this for Ancient's Pledge in a heartbeat... I guess I might replace this with this one for now. But keeping it, because I can't get rid of it. I mean, that helps a lot. Makes the red numbers smaller. Yeah, minus 85 poison resistance going up against Andariel. Do you ever farm the pits in your runs, by the way? And why not? Never, except this run. We did one pit run, I believe, and in a Nightmare, and I think that's where I found Kelpie Snare even. So this time it worked out, but I think in general, doing the pit is not great for a challenge run. Because the pit is kind of like not high risk, but like the potential is very high from the pit because you can get... It's a high level area, at least in Hell. But like on average, you won't find much per run. So it's usually better to farm the Countess or a boss, I think, to, you know, just get anything. Farm the Countess and armor racks on the way. Yeah, we could also go back to Nightmare and do some Terror Zone shenanigans. Oh well, that's gonna be it for this stream anyway. We are at approaching 4, so let's not run too deep into the forest. Actually, we can go and grab the waypoint in the Cold Plains, so we have somewhere to travel to without having to be so much in town. Be in town so much. I think quill rats are certainly very scary. How do the zombies' poison resistance look like? Not terrible. I mean, I can kill zombies. At least those zombies who are immune to cold. It'll be worse in Act 2. Many more poison immune enemies then. Imagine dying here. And of course, a big problem or challenge in Hell is gonna be that the damage I take is so much higher that I really gotta be more careful about how I play.
I can't carry anymore.
Nom 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 nom. Potions. I'm sure the maggot lair will be fine. This is players 1, correct. The problem with an insight bow is that we need runes and a bow. I have this one that I've been logging around, but it's so weak. Like, even if we make insight, the base damage is going to be very low. Alright, the stream has officially ended. I just want to show you something. It's so funny because someone mentioned this on the last stream, but since I haven't touched my stash in weeks, we couldn't see it. But Diablo 2 has got an update, and there is there is like a suspiciously empty plot of space here. And we don't know what it is yet, but there is some speculation that more tabs or something are coming. Not sure that bow is worth insight. I don't think so either. No, you can't upgrade rune word items. Only rares, sets, and uniques. Microtransaction tabs. Well, probably. 6.66 per stash tab.
Good day to you, partner.
Thank you, Hakuna your Tatas, for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Alright, thank you so much for today, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Been a great stream. Good progress. Beat the entire 4th and 5th act of Nightmare. I wasn't sure we would make it, but we made it with some time to spare, so we could even mess around in Hell briefly. As for the next stream, well, I might stream on Monday, but I'm actually not sure if I will. And if I don't stream on Monday, the next stream will probably not be until next year. So we'll see. Maybe on Monday, maybe next year. Yeah, have a great weekend, everyone. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you. Devoured your content, basically. Great work. I appreciate it. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays if we don't see each other on Monday. And have a nice weekend and everything. And, you know, thanks for hanging out. We'll continue this when we continue this. Thanks for this stream or for hanging out or whatevs. Alright, time to find the end stream button. I'm talking in circles. Bye.